Hey, my beautiful family and friends, my reflections, how are we? Doing good. I'm so excited because I painted. I actually painted something like on a big canvas. I took the time, used my hands, got her done. And it's so meaningful. And I'm so proud of myself. And so this is going to be a Shanelle Creates video. And this is Little Shanelle Creates. This is an expression from my inner child to you. You know, I have paintings all over, like including this one, but it had been years since I actually painted because in 2020, when I gifted myself an iPad, it kind of changed the game for me because I became more of a digital artist and I just thought it was my favorite toy in the whole wide world. And I hadn't painted something like a physical painting in probably a decade. But I knew that I wanted to get around to it. It's similar to how I had a sewing machine, but it was just getting dusty, right? I did a remodel of our den here, and we made it into a studio that's like one side is the music studio and the other side is the art studio. And I had this ledge sitting here so that, you know, I could paint on canvas. And I had not used that art studio in that way until just a few days ago. When it was my birthday back in March, my mom actually gifted me a huge canvas. It's probably 3 feet by 4 feet. That really big standard size canvas, like at Michael's, right? And it stayed there. It stayed blank on that shelf since March. And it was interesting because I opened myself up to the idea of making some kind of painting. I didn't know what I would paint. So the first step was I just painted it yellow. I like this yellow. It's nice and bright. And I just wanted to use a color palette that is similar to the ones used in my living room, so that if I did decide to hang it on the wall next to this one or amongst all the other furniture, that it wouldn't throw off the color palette too much. So I just marinated on the yellow blank canvas for some days, and I even went to my iPad and tried out a couple different designs, and you know, I didn't like those as much as paintings, and so I ended up making them new oracle cards for my Oracle Coloring Pages Club back in October. Anyway, one day I was just sitting in my living room and I looked on the table and there was a little notepad sitting there and there was a Sharpie next to it. So you know it was on. You know, I had to doodle something because I am a doodle bug and I cannot resist a Sharpie and a piece of paper of any kind is getting doodled on. So I'm sitting there and this is what I doodled, and I was like, this is interesting because it was whimsical. It was kind of fun and childlike and gentle and joyous. And so I was like, wow, I've never really painted something like this before, but wouldn't this be fun, you know, to paint? And so the doodle turned digital and I digitally colored it, and then I had something to work off of, and I was like ready. It was an urge. It was a strong urge to paint this painting. But why watermelon? I was just like, what's up with this watermelon? Because my doodles, they're channeled messages, and I felt like when I sat down to doodle that day, I did not have watermelon in mind. Like, I'm going to sit here and doodle this. And the more that I looked at the details, I started to see what looked like teardrops or the night sky with stars in it at the same time. And that's when the whole meaning of what I had channeled in my doodle came to me. And I want to break it down. Watermelon, the way this all started was that when Africans came over to the Americas, they brought watermelon seeds with them. It came from Africa. And these watermelon seeds were something that were embraced by the Black culture agriculturally it was something that we were able to really grow, and it got adapted as something that was enterprising for the Black American. It was like a business that was very profitable, and it was a sense of pride that came from being able to sustain yourself, selling and bartering with the watermelons that were grown right in your farm. And this was a source of income and thriving for many Blacks right after slave times. And of course, whites saw it and became very insecure and jealous about how profitable the business was. And what it turned into was a propaganda to ridicule Black people and show them in the opposite light. So rather than showing them or depicting them as strong entrepreneurs who were thriving off of their crops, which they actually were, they were shown as lazy, big-lipped, sitting around spitting watermelon seeds in cans. Very unattractive types of images were spread in the media about Black people, and it was really something that still to this day is a stain on the culture of Black people. My painting has nothing to do with the haters who were those white supremacists who were showing and depicting Black people with huge grins and looking lazy, looking simple-minded and gluttonous. And of course, it was not innocent. It was symbolic violence. And it was a spell that was cast to undermine Black dignity. So they would mock Black landowners and entrepreneurs to make us feel inferior and to deter us from rising socially to their level. And it's interesting because this spell even spilled over into an old work environment that I was in, where I was starting to improve my skills, and after a while I wanted a promotion and I got discrimination and corporate bullying instead. And it would look like someone who brought cupcakes for our whole team and offering everyone a cupcake except for me. That kind of hating where I was made to feel like I wasn't deserving of the treats and the same equal treatment as my white colleagues. And so it's very psychological and it runs so deep. It even got so bad that my daughter was ashamed to eat watermelon around white people or eat watermelon in public, maybe walking down the street. I didn't have shame. I would eat it anyway. I love watermelon. But I could see how there was a need to reclaim that power and that dignity and that pride of being an entrepreneur, being that I'm an entrepreneur and have started Art Worth Sharing, a ministry and a way to connect people to their own inner artist. And I practice what I preach, right? So I'm doing art for my own therapy and my own way to let my inner child out to play. And even though it's fun for me, it's also enterprising because this art becomes art prints, it becomes paint it yourself kits, it becomes magnets, it becomes products. So this watermelon symbology is something that I am empowering myself with and saying, you're not going to be able to shame me for the way that I do my business. I'm standing on business and I'm standing in the sunlight with pink clouds in the sky and flowers all around me in my glory.
Tommy on the beat.
All of those tears are on the watermelon as watermelon seeds. And in those seeds, those stars are pointing to the galactic and more extraterrestrial and ultra-terrestrial ancestral lineage that is a part of my spirit team that has been working with me and helping me to share my message and get my art out there, which comes from them. It comes from everything that is me. And so I am extremely proud of what I have created. What do you think? It's something that I think or hope that it can just become much bigger than something that started as a simple doodle on a notebook page. I declare that any mockery that is sent to me about my watermelon painting gets transmuted into thousands of dollars in my bank account. Ashe. And so it is, and so it shall be. Because this is about creative freedom, creative sovereignty, to be able to create meaning in your art that is sacred. It is just for you, and it's just for whoever it resonates with. Undo the shame that's attached to surviving in joy, being happy and proud about what you're doing, even if it doesn't look like it's hard work. Or let's reclaim that land that was ours. You know, a lot of us have homesteads that aren't being utilized because we don't want to return to those agricultural roots, but putting your hands in the ground, getting dirty, returning to the earth and all of the ways that it can sustain us is important. We have to stop always running to the supermarket and depending on them for our sustenance. You know, it's a part of governing ourselves and separating ourselves from those who are hell-bent on removing our sense of pride. Like at our picnics, our barbecues, watermelon is there as a delicious addition to enjoy. And that's when we may be unknowingly celebrating that beautiful history of our culture and our people. Let's even look at how sacred the watermelon fruit is in itself. When you cut it in half and open it up, there's a round pattern of seeds that's there. That's sacred geometry. And each of those seeds holds life inside of it, enough life to bring way more watermelon. And so just like that, these are seeds of abundance that we shall sow. And if you are resonating with my message, and if you really enjoyed seeing my art come to life, make sure that you check out the link in the description so that you can own your own copy or even paint it yourself. Yes, let's get watermelon rich, y'all. Let's do it. I am beyond amazed at the painting that I was able to do after not painting for so long. I'm so happy that I didn't just scrap my doodle and forget about it, and that I just stuck with the vision, and that the message really is one that means a lot to me, that I am ready to share with the world. And this has been an amazing project. It only lasted a few days, and I intend to definitely keep painting and even keep sewing and just being creative and stepping fully into my creative sovereignty. I've earned it and I deserve it, and so do you. So that is my Shanelle Creates video for today. This is called Watermelon Rich, my painting. And thank you so much for watching. And if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and until next time, peace. Love you guys.